people run into a point where they then become the bottleneck because they can only handle so many products? What do you say to somebody in that situation?
Well, so would the answer of building a team help to solve that?
I mean, that's usually my answer. It's
Yeah.
like, all right, now we got to teach you how to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Who actually runs a real business. Like, congratulations, you hit the next challenge in your life.
Yeah.
Which is figure out how to run a real business. You actually did that successfully. You were on a team of 30-ish people now. And you're like 12 years old. So
a little bit older.
Like that is a hard pivot to make, especially when you're in your 20s.
Yeah.
So what was that like for you?
I mean, it's a huge learning opportunity. In like the next...
That's a great way to put it. It was a great learning opportunity.
I'm really passionate about learning. So, I aspire, like everybody else that's an entrepreneur, to have, this huge business someday, right? And to do that, you have to learn a lot. You have to have a team to get there. So I'm excited to learn, what is it like to have 10 people? What is it like to have 20 people in office? All these things, because that means I'm that much closer to that big business that I want to have, right? So that's why it's cool from a learning perspective. But, for the most part, it's been pretty cool. We're at a really pivotal point. So like you said, in the next 2 to 4 weeks, we'll have 35 people, and we've kind of begun hiring adults, I like to say. So people that have worked at, some Fortune 500s that have, 15 years of experience or whatever, and they know how to do this. They know how to, scale an engineering team or a product team or manage HR or whatever. So that's where there's a lot of learning, and I'm excited to learn from them as well. It's been cool for the most part, it's like, okay, we need someone to write listings for people. Okay, well, so we'll hire someone that knows how to write listings or is a good copywriter. And then, now that person's too busy. Now we'll hire another one. Okay, now we'll hire another one. So that's been pretty simple. But hiring for looking ahead, I think, so versus defensive, we have all these customer emails coming in, so now we need to hire another coach or another customer success person. That's pretty straightforward. But when it comes to I want to hire a director of marketing or whatever, well, if I'm not a marketer, which I'm not, that becomes that much more difficult because now I need to hire somebody that isn't similar to myself or doesn't have necessarily this very specific skill set, right? Shooting photos, that's pretty straightforward. So that's been huge on learning, and I think the big thing is just protecting your culture initially, because if you have someone that may do the job well but is terrible for the team, that's scary for everybody involved. So
But I'm amazed you talk about this like it's not a big deal, but this is your first real success as an entrepreneur, and you've scaled to 30 people and have a real culture. Like, how? I mean, I have not built a team that big. I have not made that pivot. So what are you doing that myself and other entrepreneurs in my situation are not figuring out?
Maybe I just like to really plan ahead for success, right? So maybe we don't need a director of engineering right now, but he's going to help us down the road. So I don't know. Huge.
But you've done this. You haven't raised capital, right?
No.
And you've remained profitable.
Yeah.
And you've maintained a culture and hired all these people. This does not happen, Casey. So
I appreciate it.
What are you doing?
Helping people. I guess that's the answer, right? Is that's the one thing that everybody on the team kind of engenders, and that I'm really passionate about, is just helping people. There's all these quotes. I don't have one off the top of my head, but if you help enough people, there's this quote: if you help enough people, then you'll get what they want. Then one day you'll get what you want. And I don't know who said that, but anyways, we're really passionate about helping people, and I think because we are helping people, and sometimes to such a big degree, right? We have all these case studies where in the first 3 months you go from nothing to 85K a month or something, right? So in significant ways, I guess the money comes in from that or something.
But I know a lot of people who get to maybe 7 or 8 people, and then their lives are completely monopolized of just managing other people.
Yeah.
You just seem to have cruised through that stage and gone to middle management, and now you're hiring C-level people.
Yeah.
How'd you cruise through that so easily?
I think maybe part of it is just making sure we're hiring people that are good at managing themselves, and then setting up a good structure of them reporting to you, and then putting someone that is oh, this girl is really great at copywriting, and she is very organized. Okay, now you're the lead copywriter. So then all the other copywriters report to her, she reports to me, but I still try to have like a good relationship with all the copywriters, because again, I think culture and having a team that's really excited about the vision, yeah, on board.
So at first you're hiring for skill to create a service, and then more people to support them, and the kind of the leading person on that team starts to emerge. They become the team lead, and now you have your direct reports sort of emerging.
Like, I like the safe bet, right? So it's very intimidating for me to hire someone to be a manager from outside, because I don't know if you're good at managing the team, if you're going to work well with me and the people there. And also, I think you really need to understand the perspective of the people you're managing, and who's better to understand that perspective than someone that's been doing it for a while. And so a lot of people we kind of raise up. So this guy's killing it as a coach. Okay, now you're the lead coach. And so and that's cool, because then we want to be the launch pad to success, both for our clients and people internally. And so we give people this opportunity to like come in at the ground level, or at whatever level, but then become whatever it is they aspire to become. And so they're going to work so much harder, and they're really going to put forth their effort, but they're going to be really responsible. So there's a lot less management on my end. You should be looking at hiring someone as like an upgrade, right? Now I have somebody that can do this thing. Now I can do so much more. I get really excited about that.
Yeah.